Hi guys, I'm Shruti and today's video is about how I use LinkedIn to find a job for myself. Now, this is a process that I figured out by trying multiple things, and it took me 3 to 4 months to actually get organized and use the process that I'm going to mention. So, of course, you don't have to follow the same thing because it's a personalized approach, but you can adapt to it, you can learn from it, and if you want, you can see if it works for you. And that's the ultimate point of making this video. So getting started, the first thing that you need to think about before you start applying is what kind of roles do you want to actually apply in. So that's going to be again a personal thing, but for me, I had business development as my priority. But then that's not enough. You also need to have at least one or two other functions that you're okay with if the first priority that you have does not work out. So for me, business development was my first, second was strategy, and third was marketing. The next step is going to be to see what kind of company is it going to be. Are you okay with all kinds of company? Are you okay with only small sized company or really big sized company or medium size or whatever it is for you? So once that is clear, even though you apply at other places, you know what your priority is and where your energy has to be first going into, and then everything else comes later. Now, second step is that you need to first customize all your documents on the basis of what you've decided. So for me, since I had 3 functions in mind, I made 3 CVs. Now, all the CVs are going to be having different things which are relevant to the role that you wish to apply to. So when it comes to BD, I try to enhance all the things that enhance my communication skills, my BD exposure to any kind of role that I've previously worked in, and even if it means letting go of certain experiences that were important to you but does not make sense for a BD profile, you have to do it, because it took me the longest time to remove certain parts of my CV which were really important, which were related to finance in the previous part of my career. But you need to let it go because they are not relevant. So after you do that, don't forget to get it checked by people in the industry. You can also ask your seniors to review it for you, and once you've done that, also prepare a customized cover letter for all the 3 roles, which has to be in a format which can be edited according to the company that you're going to apply to. But do not start applying before this, because then you're going to just shoot in the dark and it's not going to make sense, because personalized CVs and cover letters are the bare minimum to get a good job in any country abroad. Now, the third step is going to be stay organized. Now, this was what was the last thing that I did. I was all over the place, even though I had multiple CVs. Sometimes I used to write something specific for a role and then forget about it. So let's say I'm applying to an automotive company, and if I customize something related to a project I worked on in my previous job with automotive, I used to write all the relevant ones for sending it out to the automotive company. But then when I'm applying for another company, I would just forget to change that part because I was not organized. So it's really important to first make folders in your PC. These folders can be divided into all the functions, and then within the functions, let's say I have a folder for BD. So within the BD folder, I can divide it into 3 other categories, which is one for startup, which can be a little more chilled when it comes to cover letter. It can be for bigger companies, which has to be very formal. It can be really dreamy companies that you really want to get into, so you write a cover letter from scratch. So if you stay organized in this manner for all the job functions, it's just going to be so much easier and efficient for you. I cannot even tell you how important it is. So that's the third step. Now coming to the fourth step, what you need to decide is which platform you're going to prioritize when it comes to applying. So there are multiple ways to apply. There's going to be the official portals, which are Job Teaser, and in India, for example, there's Naukri, there's Indeed. So all these platforms. Other than that, there's LinkedIn. There are also these platforms which are only dedicated to startups. So for example, Welcome to the Jungle in Europe. Now, other than that, there's also going to be your class and your college groups that post a lot of roles when it comes to alumni posting roles in their companies. So all these are multiple channels that you can use. So you need to think about what is more important to you, because some people prefer to apply directly from company websites, which is great because that's the first place where all the roles come up. What I liked was LinkedIn because I get to talk to people and then approach a role. You can also go for the standard job portals because they have all the listings, and they have multiple companies so you can select. So it completely depends on you, but you need to prioritize. So with me, I prioritize LinkedIn as my first priority. So I would dedicate my most amount of time to LinkedIn. My second priority was Welcome to the Jungle, which is a portal specially dedicated to startups. So that was really important to me. So I used to prioritize that in the second preference. And now the third one was to use company websites directly. So I knew some of the companies that I really wanted to get into, so I would constantly go to their website and check. Even for back market, for example, I would constantly go to their website first and check if they have a new opening and then apply to it. Because before these companies go and post it on other portals, they post it on their own website. But if you don't know the company, then you don't have to do this, but this is what I did. So after I've done that, now what you need to do is step 5, start apply. So when you're applying, you need to make sure that there is a process that you follow. So again, with me, for LinkedIn, I used to dedicate 1 or 2 hours of the day just to network with people. So whenever I used to see a role, I would find the right person, if possible the manager, if possible another person from my school who has worked there in a similar role, or if not that, then a person who has worked there but in a different role. Whatever I could, which is my best case scenario, I would go and approach these people and try to initiate a conversation around how I'm motivated to join the company, and I would like to know more, if I can schedule a call, if I can chat, whatever is possible. And usually people used to be free during the evening because people usually check their phones when they are done from office. So it's a good idea to keep that in mind and use LinkedIn during that time and hour of the day. So I used to do that. Other than that, at before sleeping, I used to make sure that I applied to at least 5 companies on Welcome to the Jungle, which was the second priority that I had. At least 5 applications every day, and these were startups which had really cool roles. So I used to make sure that I customized every part about the application. I used to write cover letters from scratch, and I used to customize my CV completely. So that was what I used to do after LinkedIn. Now if I have more time, then my third preference was to look at websites of the companies in general. So I would go there and I would keep checking through the day if there's anything new for the top 10 or 15 companies that I have selected for myself. And if there was anything new, I would make sure that by the end of the day, I'm going to go and apply there. So this is the whole process of applying. Now the last step, which is the step 6, is going to be, please be patient, because you're not going to get instant results. Things are going to take time. Irrespective of the platform you use, the results are going to be slow, and you're going to make mistakes, and it's going to be okay because that's the part of the process. So yeah, this was what I did, and you can choose what works best for you, of course. Other than that, if you have any other question, I am really active on my social media channel. I'm going to mention it down below, so please feel free to reach me there or comment down below on YouTube, and I would be more than happy to help you out if I can. And I hope you have a nice day. That was it for today's video. I will see you guys later. Bye bye.